guys talk to your neighbors? Or if you live in a building, do you talk to people that live in your building? I notice no one talks to anyone anymore. No one gets to know neighbors anymore. Brother, what happened? COVID trauma? I guess so. Too many crazy people. You know, this is my personal opinion. I think you should go out of your way to get to know people who are physically near you, who are local to you, and to do more things with people on a local level, even if you don't love those people and don't get along with them super well. Because I think the world, culture, society, whatever, slowly gets worse the more we compartmentalize to, I like these ones, they're the good ones, I will talk to them. I will not interact with people who are not like me and don't think the same things as me. And I think one of the best ways to do it is to have to interact with a bunch of neighbors. You don't have to do it all the time. At least let them know your name, know what's up with them, no matter what they think or what they believe or whatever, unless they're literally murdering you, trying to be nice to them, at least where you can. Trying to tolerate people that are different than you, even if they're wrong. Learning to exist. I think everyone needs to practice that a little more. Like, no matter the circumstances, this person lives next to you, right? And I think the world needs a little more of that. I think the more people can ignore people that aren't exactly like them, the worse everything gets slowly over time. I just think it's better. And it doesn't mean you have to be the friend, you know? Doesn't mean you have to like them. Doesn't mean you have to agree with a single thing they say, but just something, you know? Something. A couple above you got a golden retriever puppy. The whole building adopted that puppy. Great for community morale and interaction. Yeah. In like every building I've ever been in, I always had a lot of people that had pets. And I would, that's my cat now. That's my dog now, you know? Not wrong, but a Twitch chat is probably the worst example or the perfect audience to hear that. That's exactly why. It's because it's the people that need it most. It's the people that need that, you know? Like in chat, for example, I encourage if someone has a differing opinion, we're not chasing them out. We ask them. Someone says something and some people are like, what? And I'm like, let's just ask them more questions. Right? Let them speak. Let's see what's going on. Instead of being like, I didn't like the thing you said. Get out of here. You know? That's pretty important to me. How would I go about it other than saying hi at the mailbox? No, that's all you have to do. That's all you have to do. I mean, just don't completely ignore them. Small talk. You say hi at the mailbox, and then you're like, oh, weather's crazy. Huh. Whatever, you know, like little nothing things. New business opens across the street. I'm assuming you live in like a building where business isn't around, but you know, new building across the street with a new business in the bottom, and you're like, have you tried that place? Is it good? Right? Not weird stuff to ask. Sims dialogue. But you do that. Some people will just go, yep, and walk away. Some people actually say stuff. Either way, you've established that if they need something, they could probably talk to you. I just think it's good. Can I pet your dog? Yeah. I ask everyone the name of their dog. I'll see them, or I'll go like, oh, look at that one. How old are they? That's the one. Cute. How old? Extroverts have less of an issue. Yeah, but isn't the point, I was gonna say the point of life, isn't, I don't know how to word this. Isn't the point that everyone should be trying to do at least a little better? Like put a little effort into the things that they're bad at, and then the things you're good at, you put no effort into. This includes social stuff. You're not good at being social. Okay, so now you have to try harder. Other people comes naturally to them. I think a lot of people instead they're like, I could just not try. And I'm like, all right. In this day and age, you kind of can. I grew up in an environment where I had to interact with people constantly, whether I wanted to or not. It didn't matter if I was introverted. I had to interact with people constantly that I didn't know, new people all the time. I've mentioned a few times, I started working when I was like really young. And that was like, I think put me into situations and scenarios where I had to interact with people in a way where like, I have to be nice. I have to do this thing and it doesn't matter what I think about them. I am working and I'm here to do this job. And I think it did me a lot of good. I sound like I'm like 1,000 billion million boomer years old, but like I really think it did. I really think it did. And I think I'm trying to think of good ways where like people can just simulate that experience without doing the same thing. I don't know. I think trying to be tolerant of your neighbors is actually a really good one. So I started talking to neighbors and people on walks or at the cafe more because I realized I was very unsocialized and nervous. You know what one of my friends told me? She said, COVID happened. So she was like, like me, introverted, but well socialized. Maybe not as well socialized, but pretty well socialized. And she, COVID happened. She didn't have to see anyone for like a year. She comes out of COVID. She goes to the grocery store. She's paying for stuff. She said she had a hard time looking people in the eyes, something she had never had issues with. The person would be doing the checkout and she'd be talking to them and she couldn't like look at them as she spoke. It was hard. She had to try. She found herself often looking down and she was like, why am I doing this? And it was just a thing that like she had reverted to doing by not being around people for like a year. It's really interesting. I don't know if any of you had any like weird COVID era social things that happened that like it became different or were hard for you when you went back, but she had that. And I was like, huh, interesting. But she also didn't really have a lot of like family to visit or anything or whatever. So even during COVID time, she really was seeing like nobody, you know? That's tough. Talking without a prompt is your problem. Yeah, that's where you have to be ultra observant and you have to look around and think about something that like makes sense to mention. Maybe not look around, but think. You're like, I'm in the grocery store. I'm in a town where they've been talking in general about this new thing that opened. Now you can bring that up. Have you been to that new place that opened? I don't know if it's good. Should I go? Stuff like that. You know, but that's tough.